hotel in Anaheim, California, from the Disneyland Resort, Disney's California Adventure. And we're about to go into the Napa Rose to try their food and wine pairing. So let's go in and check it out.
Months back, we were thinking about where could we, if I were in Orange County, where can I find a place in the afternoon where I can get a little bit of education on food and wine pairing, and so we looked around and didn't find anything. So we decided to create this little education piece, and led by our sommelier, which in this restaurant everyone here is at least a level 1. We have multiple level 2s, and when I say level 2, is certified sommelier, and also we have 4 of our cast members, servers that are advanced sommeliers, so level 3. Really a difficult level to get to, and then there's probably 11 or 1,200 of them in the world, so it's quite a limited amount of people.
Well, welcome everyone to the wine pairing experience, let's call it. This is your experience. There is no wrong or stupid questions, so please, we'd like you to interact with us, participate with us as well. It is a lot of fun, and tasting is it's basically your preference, okay, what you perceive. So if one person sees something different in the wine than you do, that's quite all right. There's no wrong answers. So, well, the first wine we have, and we're going right to left. You see, there's a little more in that glass. We're just going to do a little tasting. And as sommeliers, we learn to taste by this grid. And either if it's blind tasting or just tasting, we go right to this grid. And that's why you see us, doing these funny things with the wine, putting it against our shirts to get the color and so forth. And when we just taste, it's basically 3 steps. And the first step is, of course, the sight. Okay. Now, let's pick up the wine, and let's go with the first wine. And you're going to see it's, I'll say, G. Captain obvious, of course. I can guarantee you this isn't Chardonnay, this isn't Viognier. It's a red wine, right? But we get a lot more than just color what the wine is through the sight. We can actually get basically a sense of how old the wine is, what climate the wine comes from, believe it or not. And a few other things. So now, if everybody would pick up their glass and just put it at a little tilt, okay? This is more for the red wine drinkers, okay? You're going to see, if you put it against maybe a white background or so, you're going to see a little ruby ring around the wine, okay? And then it goes to a concentrated purple. That little ring is what we call a rim variation, and that could be a 1/16 of an inch, an 1/8 of an inch, and that's kind of telling us a general idea of how old that wine is, believe it or not. You also have that little watery meniscus. That also tells us that, well, if it's pretty thick, that there's quite a bit of alcohol in this wine. The second step we do is if you can swirl the wine, okay? And look at it, and you can get what everybody calls legs, if you will, okay? And also, if the color around the glass actually cascades around the glass, you know it's from a warm climate. So basically, we're going to see if the wine is from like a cool, tempered, or warm climate, okay? So the second step, of course, is the nose. We nose the wine. So swirl it around to get the everything going in the wine. And you have more senses in the nose than the palate. So you're going to pick up more stuff on the nose than the palate, okay? So Some people like to do it just by the grid, fruit, bump, right down by the grid. I like to go with what really jumps out at me first. And the reason why I like that is because I kind of want to determine if I'm going Old World or New World wine. If fruit is just coming out at me, I'm going to go New World wine. If I get other nuances like terroir and earth and so forth, I'm going to be looking Old World wine. Okay, so on the nose, first we pick the fruit profiles we're getting. Is it light fruit, dark fruit, or red fruit and dark fruit? On whites, we also get secondary fruit profiles, like also, I guess we could say like herbs or floral. Do we get lilac? Do we get, what else do we get out there?
Honeysuckle.
Honeysuckle, there we go. Orange blossom, there we go.
Saffron.
Saffron, exactly. All these secondary nuances we want to get out of this wine. The nose, we get all these, all this information from the nose, and then we go to the palate. As I say, you get more sensors on the nose, so basically confirming everything you get on the nose and the palate. Alcohol. Now sometimes you can get alcohol on the nose, you get quite maybe a little burn on high alcohol. But alcohol, if it's low, medium, or high alcohol, you get on the palate. Weightiness, the mouthfeel. What kind of mouthfeel does this wine have? Is it kind of weighty on your palate, or is it very light? You get that on your palate. And of course, the finish of the wine. Does it have a long finish, short finish? Is it just fruit and disappears? Or you're tasting this wine for minutes? And it goes to the quality of the wine. Okay, so this is what we all get as we go through our grid, and that's how we dissect the wine. So we're going to kind of do just a brief dissection of all our wines and so forth. So why don't we pick up the first glass, and let's see what we get from this first one. It's definitely opaque, it's not translucent, you can't see through it, right? You do have that ruby red rim. It's about an inch or so, so it's somewhat of a younger one than an old wine. You do have a little watery meniscus, and as you swirl the wine, see what kind of legs you have on the legs. Now the color really isn't consticating the glass, but you do have pretty thick legs here. So we're going to say definitely a temperate to warm climate that this wine goes from. So what do we get on this? What is the fruit profiles on this? We get cherries.
It smells like chocolate or cocoa.
Cocoa, yeah, I can definitely get cocoa. Absolutely, good job. What else do you get?
Currant, blackberry.
Currant, yeah. You get dark fruit. You get more dark fruit. There is a little red cherry.
Cherry,
black
yeah.
cherry.
I was gonna say.
Excellent. I wanted to kind of just say something about food pairing. Okay. Do's and don'ts. You know, there's really one rule I live by, and that is, don't let your food overpower your wine, and vice versa. Don't let your wine overpower your food. Okay? You don't want to have like a big, thick New York steak with shaved blue cheese on it, and you have a Pinot Grigio. It's not going to work. Or just the opposite. You have a nice Petrelli Saut with a light Meunier. You don't want this big ripping cab that just hits you in the side of the face. That's not going to work. Okay? So you want the food to. Two words I like to use is harmony and balance. Okay, you want the wines to balance with the food or harmonize with the food. But we have Chef Juan here to explain the first course.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Napa Rose. How's everybody doing today?
Good.
Good. My name is, like John said, my name is Chef Juan Posada. I've been here 16 years with Napa Rose with Chef Andrew, and it's been a pleasure for 16 years for sure. We're going to explain a little bit on the meats first. First, we're going to start off. We made our own house-made smoked duck breast. It's smoked with oak. It's lightly smoked at least for 30 minutes, but it's put in a brine the day before. We get a bit of a more tenderness out of that duck breast that's smoked. It gives you more of that pink color on there that's cooked through. On top of that, it's a little bit of a house-made duck liver mousse, kumquat mostardo. And at the blanc morel. Blanc morel is a mushroom. It's a certain type that comes out during the season right now. This morel season. They're a little on the price tag, but they're great taste on them. Earthy tones on that part. And the other meat part, we got the lamb Kalamata olive. The hints on there's Kalamatas in there that's been diced in there and rolled into the lamb. We get the lamb, we grind it up. And there's a little red wine that we reduce, fold in there for flavor and color. Little cumin, coriander, and toasted garlic in the background. The dot on top of the lamb pate is a little essence of a mustard, the sweet mustard with a little cream, and a thyme spray right on top for sure. Okay.
So I know that a couple people might be thinking, why are we doing a white right in the middle of all these reds? Typically, like when they do pairings, they do some sort of progression. This wine actually fits perfect right in the middle here, especially transitioning into these cheeses. This is probably going to be my favorite out of the 5. But that's because I absolutely love Riesling. I love a little bit older Riesling. This is the rental part, Spätlese Riesling from Peace Porter, and it's from the Tropen vineyard. Everybody kind of feels Riesling is considered sweet. What's awesome about this wine and a lot of really good Riesling is the amount of acidity on the wines themselves balance them out really, really well. So the sweetness on this wine is pretty high, but the acidity of it brings it down and actually kind of helps clear your palate. So even going from, say, a bigger red like a Stolpman into a Riesling like this, it actually cleanses your palate really well. And the sweetness is going to go really well with the cheese. But that acidity is going to cut through that creaminess really, really well and kind of go decently with that in the cheese.
But what do we get on this one, ladies and gentlemen? Honey? It kind of smells like it was pumped through a garden hose, doesn't it? You get that petrol. I love to like call garden hose and petrol.
Definitely.
It's really pronounced on this one. We thought get peach and apricot in this wine as well. Just a lovely wine. There's so much going on in this wine. I don't know if you're happy to love this wine, but how well it goes with the
So the last wine is a tawny port. It's the Graham's 10-year tawny port. So as you can tell, it does, if you compare it to kind of the other reds you've been looking at, it has a little bit more of a garnish to it. So port itself was originally created for shipping purposes. What they would do is, in order to get wine from point A to point B, they didn't really have these containers that could actually seal properly or maintain the quality of the wine. So what they started doing is they would actually completely fortify it. They would just add a whole bunch of basically brandy to it. You would kill all the yeast to preserve the wine itself. And they would ship it off to all these different places, and then when they would get to its destination, they would actually dilute it back down to a drinkable, I guess you could say, fruit or alcohol level where it could be enjoyed. Well, basically, from that point, what had happened was then people started not diluting it. They started basically just drinking it. I think tawny ports are awesome because you get such a variety of flavors and aromas out of them. You get a bunch of dried fruit, but you also get all this fresh fruit. You get some stone fruit, like you can actually get some like almost dried peaches and apricots, but you're also getting cherries and raspberries and blackberries, and you may get a little bit of licorice.
A little nuttiness too.
Yeah.
So the pairing is with the blue cheese over here, right?
Yeah.
And so we've always thought that blue cheese and port is just classic. So
Hope you enjoyed this look at the food and wine pairing at Napa Rose at the Grand California Hotel at the Disneyland Resort. Runs on from 2 to 3 p.m. on Saturday and Sundays. You can make reservations on Disney.com. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Mahalo!